start in feather today, right in front of the hangar, so we have to go to high idle, so we're going to keep it in feather till we get both engines started. Back in low idle, we'll come back to, we'll take it out of feather. Now we're back in low idle, we'll bring the props out of feather. Inside's open.
Terrain system test okay.
Shelbyville traffic, Sky 5089er Golf is 18 DME to the south of the field. Will be inbound on practice VOR approach runway 36. Shelby.
Alright, not sure if you heard what I was saying before, but the reason why we started there in feather was because we were pretty close to the hangars behind us, and since we have to go to high idle, that's a lot of prop wash going towards the hangar, so I figured we'll start it in feather. Get both engines started, back to low idle, then bring them out of feather, so nothing wrong to do that. Doesn't hurt the plane whatsoever. Only downside I've seen of doing that for long periods of time, you're going to get a little bit faster sit build up on the wings. But it is much quieter on the ramp if you're around a lot of people or busy ramp. Sometimes we'll leave it in feather just for a moment while I'm getting things set up, just to offer a little bit of quiet to the people on the ramp. Alright, we're doing a short flight today over to Smyrna. Got to get some minor maintenance items checked out. I'm going to try and record the whole thing. I think it'll be about a 20-30 minute flight over there. We'll do a couple extra pre-flight checks today since we are going into maintenance. I like to do a quick auto feather check, rudder boost check, and we'll do a prop governor, overspeed governor check.
Temperature 7 Celsius. Dew point -1 Celsius. Altimeter 302 inches of mercury. Lawrenceburg, Lawrence County Airport. Automated weather observation 1718 Zulu. Wind 160.
Shelbyville traffic, Skyhawk 5089er Golf at Turkey inbound 10 miles to the south of the airfield, below approach only.
Sky condition clear below 12,000. Temperature 7 Celsius. Dew point -1 Celsius. Altimeter 3023 inches.
All right, we'll go VFR over to Smyrna, going over to Stevens Aerospace. I think they do some of the best work on King Airs, not just in Tennessee, but I think probably in the world. They do just some really great work, and they have a good reputation for their familiarization with King Airs and all things PT6.
Lawrence Free Traffic, King Air, taxiing runway 17.
All right, we'll head over here and turn into the trees, and then we'll run some checks here, make sure we're not prop washing anybody. All right, we'll go ahead and run some checks. We'll start with the overspeed governor check. For those of you who don't know, the King Airs actually have 3 mechanisms for controlling the speed of the propeller or an overspeed condition. The primary governor, of course, just the one you use pretty regularly if you're someone who likes to pull the props back. You got the overspeed governor, and then of course you have the fuel topping governor, which actually will reduce the amount of fuel. The reason for that, obviously, overspeed propeller is never a good thing. On a free turbine or PT6 free turbine, it's a lot riskier if you do have an overspeed condition because it's a free turbine, so it's very easy for that prop to get out of control pretty fast in an overspeed condition. So that's why there's so many mechanisms in place to prevent that from happening, all the way from just the primary to the overspeed to, of course, actually reducing the fuel to the engine to help slow that prop down, that being the fuel topping governor. So we'll do the overspeed governor check, and we'll combine that with the rudder boost check. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold the prop governor test, which should pull the prop RPM about 150 RPM off of the max RPM, which is 1900, so we should see about 1760, 1750-ish. That's usually what I see while holding that test. And then once we have that, we'll continue pushing that power lever forward until we get that rudder kick. So you might be able to see that on the right side. I'm not sure how I have the camera angled, but you might see I'll keep my legs on the pedals, obviously, so you'll see my knees go forward as that rudder boost kicks in. So we'll go and do that now. Holding the prop governor in test, and we'll start with the left. The first thing we're looking for is that hold around 1760, 1750.
Touch and go, Abernethy Field.
Okay, there it is, it's holding. We'll continue advancing the power lever. Keep an eye on that torque gauge. We don't want to over torque when we're doing this. Okay, there it goes. You saw that left rudder just push. We'll come back. One thing I like to check real quick too is I want to release that overspeed governor check. Watch it climb to 1900, and that just tells me that the solenoid that is used for that test is not stuck, and we don't get on the runway and end up with a lower RPM. All right, we'll come back to idle on that left side. Back on the switch. Right side's coming up. Okay, looking for that 1760. All right, there it is, it's holding. Watching that torque. Right around 1430, there it goes. There's that kick. Start bringing the power lever back. We're gonna release the test switch. Look for that RPM climb. There it is, we know the solenoid's not stuck. And we'll come back to idle. All right, so we checked that our overspeed governor is operational as well as our rudder boost. But now we'll go ahead and do the auto feather check. Same thing over here, we got a test switch over here, so we'll take it off arm and go into test. And what that test switch does is actually releases there's a switch that I think it's around, I don't know, 90% N1 on the power lever position that engages that auto feather that we see during takeoff. So by holding the switch, you actually release that, so it allows you to get an auto feather check at a much lower torque value, so you're not sitting here, you know, slamming your toes on the brakes here. Because even with the parking brake set, it will pull pretty good. So we'll bring both power levers up. Looking for those auto feather switches. Actually, we'll do one other thing here while we're sitting here. Let's go ahead and check the auto ignition as well. So we're going to turn the auto ignition on. Should see 2 lights on since we're below that torque value. Now we'll hold the auto feather into the test position. And now as we advance the power levers forward, we should see that those auto ignitions come off. Okay, there's the right side off. There's the left side off, and now we have 2 auto feather. So some people say 2 green lights off, 2 green lights on, so that what they're referring to is auto ignition's coming off and auto feather is on. So we look for that on takeoff when we are using the auto ignition. So now that we have the auto feather engaged, we'll start by simulating a failure of one of our engines. So we'll start with the left side. We're going to pull it back, and we should see a couple things here. As we pull it back, we should see the right side disengage, which it just did. Auto ignition has engaged on the left side. And then once we get below 200 pounds of torque, all right, there's our feather. As you can see, the RPM is backed off, and now it's going to flicker like that. And the reason for that is as it's coming in and out of feather, as the prop is feathering, that increases the torque past 200 up to 300, which is causing it to, of course, re-engage and then disengage, re-engage, disengage. So that's going to continue going as that prop goes in and out of feather. Now we know that's working. We'll bring it back up, bring our left engine back up. Looking for that 2 light off, 2 light on condition again. Okay, there we have it. Auto ignitions are off, auto feathers are on. We'll do our right engine now. Right engine simulated failure. Again, we should see the left side come offline with the auto ignition come on. There's the auto ignition. And our left auto feather is now disengaged. As we continue pulling back. 200, coming up on 200. And there's our feather. Again, as it's kind of jumping off and on, as you see, the same thing's happening on the right side. Should be going, as it comes out of feather, goes into feather, rather that increases the torque, and that's causing that switch to go off and on. So the last thing we'll do here is we'll pull back our left side, and our left side should not feather. Go down to 200. And there we go. We want to make sure all the wiring is correct, so obviously when our one side is in an auto feather condition, the opposite side should not feather in that situation. So we're all good there. We'll release the test switch. We'll go back up into arm. We'll come back to idle. All right, I hope that all made sense. I'll try to answer any questions. Just to recap, we did the rudder boost check with the overspeed governor check. Which again, is just making sure that our overspeed governor, which should capture at 1900, which we pull back to 1760, or making sure that that is operational in that test position. We also checked that that solenoid that controls that test didn't get stuck. I've heard of that happening, never seen it. I have heard of that happening, I've read about it. Then of course you're stuck there at 1760 or whatever that test value is, 1750. Of course we don't want that. It's always a good idea to, before you get on the runway, make sure that that's opened back up and you are able to achieve that 1900. After that, we did the auto feather checks. We made sure that both those sides worked, and we also checked our auto ignition. So that 2 green on, 2 green off test. We'll go ahead and turn off our auto ignition. We don't really need those for today. And we'll continue with our before takeoff checks. Alright, let's get going.
Lawrenceburg traffic, King Air, departing runway 17, be a left downwind departure, Lawrenceburg, Lawrence County. Lawrenceburg, King Air, may left crosswind, runway 17. Lawrenceburg, King Air, may departing northeast bound off the downwind 17, Lawrenceburg. Bayville traffic 172 Kilo Delta is on the move, departing runway 02, Bayville traffic. Northwest 880 is at a 14 for 8.
Northwest 880, thank you.
Memphis Center, 4 flight 902, VFR request.
Alright, I'm sorry, you're looking for flight 41, give me a full call sign and location, please.
4 flight 902, and we're about 3 miles east of Lawrenceburg, 2 Mike 2.
Flight 902, squawk 1554.
1554, 4 flight 902.
Flight 92, radar contact 6 miles to the northeast of the Lawrenceburg Airport, Philly at 5,000, national altimeter 3027. Give me your aircraft type and destination, please.
Yes, ma'am, we're looking at direct. Mike, Quebec, Yankee, altitude 5,500, aircraft type Bravo, Echo 9 Lima.
You said Smyrna, you going to Smyrna?
Affirmative.
2852 Whiskey, want to start a slow descent.
For 52 Whiskey Roger, just maintain VFR for me, national altimeter 3027.
3027, maintain VFR 2852.
November 261 Mike Alpha, Senate pilot discretion, maintain 1000, multi-controls altimeter 3024.
Discretion 11 for 1 Mike Alpha.
Clear. Temperature 08 Celsius. Point 00 Celsius. Altitude 302. Smyrna Airport. Automated weather observation 1656 Zulu. Wind 160 at 05. Visibility 10. Sky conditions clear. Temperature 08 Celsius.
On shorter flights like this, pressurization controller, I usually just set it for the whatever the airport I'm going to, their field elevation, and calibrate it for the altimeter.
4.92, contact national approach 118.4, good day.
18.4, good day, 4 flight 902.
So basically I just set that for Smyrna plus 500, which is about 1,000 feet. And that way I just don't really have to mess with it while I'm up here.
Foxtrot approach, Rudder, expect visual approach, runway 20 left.
Okay, we'll expect visual 20 left, I'll take a block. Nashville approach, 4 flight 902, 5,500, we've got weather and NOTAMs at Smyrna.
4 flight 92 approach, good afternoon. Smyrna's runway 19, altimeter 3023.
3023, 4 flight 902.
2703 Tango Echo, contact approach 128.75.
2875, 3 Tango Echo, we'll see.
4 flight 92, turn 10 degrees right.
10 right, and it's 4 flight 902.
Departure JetBlue 1074, 2.2, climb 4000, heading 140.
JetBlue 1074, national departure, radar contact, maintain 4000.
4000, JetBlue 1074.
4 flight 92, descend VFR 4500.
Down to 4500, 4 flight 902.
Flight 92, descend and maintain VFR at 3000.
Alright, down to 3000, 4 flight 902.
Flight 92, traffic 12 o'clock, about 12 miles, southwest bound, that case 4,500. Contact approach 128.75.
2875, 4 flight 902, looking for that traffic.
Sirius 947 Kilo Alpha, contact Nashville Satellite 128.
Nashville 4 flight 902, 5000, descending 3000, heading 050, looking for traffic.
4 flight 92, Nashville approach, Nashville altimeter 3024, you can expect runway 19 at Smyrna.
3024, 4 flight 902. Nashville Satellite, Sirius 947 Kilo Alpha, 4000, descending.
Sirius 947 Kilo Alpha, Nashville approach, Nashville altimeter 3024.
30247 Kilo Alpha.
For 3 Tango Echo, you going to 11 or you going to X and X?
We're going to Lebanon.
For 3 Tango Echo, turn left heading of 210, direct Mach 54 when able.
Flight 902 has field sight.
4 flight 902, right? Flight 902, reduce speed to 170.
170, 4 flight 902.
4 flight 902, contact Smyrna Tower 18.5, 18.5. Let them know what your heading is.
18.5, we'll let them know, 4 flight 902. Tower, 4 flight 902 is about 10 miles to the southwest, 3000. Nashville had us on a heading to 050.
4 flight 902, Smyrna Tower, enter left downwind, runway 19, enter above 2000. Wind variable at 3, altimeter 3025.
I will enter left downwind for 19 at above 2000, and they also assigned us speed 170 if you need us to hold that.
4 flight 902, yeah, that'll be great. 50 Golf, your traffic's just about off your left wing now on the right base.
We're looking for him, 50 Golf.
Set of 210, turn right on Alpha, contact ground point 4.
Right on Alpha, contact ground 94210. Tower 4 flight 902, confirm that was a left downwind for 19.
45902, affirmative.
Got it, thanks. Traffic inside for 50 Golf.
50 Golf, number 2 now, runway 19, clear touch and go. After touch and go, make right traffic, Port Midfield downwind.
Number 2, cleared 19, touch and go. After that, we'll make right traffic, Port Midfield downwind, 2150 Golf.
Experimental 75 there, you can turn downwind your discretion. You're following Cessna 172 just inside the boat dock on the left base. Port the Cessna inside.
Roger, 75 Sierra, turning downwind and Cessna inside.
Experimental 75 Sierra, the Cessna you're following on the left base final at 2 miles is a touch and go. Number 3, runway 19, clear to land.
Roger, 75 Sierra, cleared on ramp 19.
75 Papa Alpha, cross runway 32 at Alpha, contact ground point 4.
Cross 32 at Alpha, contact ground point 4, 5 Papa Alpha.
Flight 92, speed your discretion. Number 4, you're following experimental 12 to 1 o'clock and 3 miles northbound at 1,600.
We're looking for that traffic for flight 902.
Cessna 8 Echo Tango, turn right on taxiway Alpha, contact ground point 4.
Right on Alpha, contact ground point 4, 8 Echo Tango.
Florida Tower, Cessna 485 Victor is holding short runway 19 on Delta for landing traffic.
Cessna 45 Victor, Florida Tower, roger.
Tower 4, flight 902, we've got the traffic turning base. Is that our traffic to follow?
4 flight 902, affirmative. Number 3, follow the experimental, runway 19, clear to land.
Number 3, clear to land. Runway 19, 4 flight 902.
Experimental 75 Sierra, no need to acknowledge upon landing. You can have a left turn on 14 if you like.
Tower 4, flight 902, we lost out of that experimental. Can you confirm their position?
4 flight 902, just about to cross the threshold space, is it good?
Alright. Yeah, we got them. Center 75 Sierra, turn left on 14, then all the way down to Golf, left on Golf, taxi to parking via Foxtrot, and to ground. We'll see you. Roger, upon 14, Golf. 75 Sierra, thank you.
This is 50 Golf, extend down when I'll call your base.
Send down when you'll call base, 2150 Golf.
$500.
45902, 18, we'll say parking.
Run over to Steven, 4 flight 902.
45902, turn right on Alpha, taxi via Juliet Kilo to Stevens, monitor ground point 4, good day.
Right, Alpha, Juliet Kilo to Steven, monitor ground 4 flight 902, good day.
A5 Victor, turn left on course, runway 19, clear for takeoff.
19, clear for takeoff, left on course, 485 Victor.
C118.4, correction 128.75, squawk 0706.
Commander ground, Charlie, Foxtrot Bravo, Sierra Zulu, Solo, short runway 1.
Roger.
Charlie, Foxtrot Bravo, Sierra Zulu, will be able to taxi across the east ramp. West ramp, sorry.
Charlie Foxtrot Bravo, Sierra Zulu, affirmative, but there are aircraft departing and landing, so it'll be a minute.
Charlie, Foxtrot Bravo, Sierra Zulu, roger.
Sparta ground 13 Mike Lima, copies cleared to Augusta via radar vectors. Dennis, file maintain 3000, expect 9,000 and 10 minutes. Departure frequency 128.75, transponder 0706. We're at the west ramp, ready to taxi.
November 3 Mike Lima, runway 19, taxi via Juliet Delta, cross runway 14 Juliet, wind 1805, altimeter 3025.
3025, Cirrus 13 Mike Lima to runway 19 via Juliet Delta, crossing 14 Juliet.
Charlie Foxtrot Bravo Sierra Zulu, cross runway 1 at hotel.
Cross runway 1 at hotel, Charlie, Foxtrot Bravo, Sierra Zulu.